Well, 2021 will be remembered for many great fights across many great platforms. But one thing we saw was another year of Jake Paul and YouTube celebrity fights bringing in more pay-per-view buys than some of boxing's biggest names. Purists, like you, Sergio Mora, claim Jake Paul is making a mockery of the sweet science, while others think the exposure to a new, younger audience is a great thing for the sport. So Sergio, I'll start with you. Jake Paul and these celebrity fights don't appear to be going away anytime soon. They are generating more eyeballs and bigger paychecks for fighters. How is this not a good thing for boxing?
The circus comes to town once a year or whatever it is, and then it picks up and leaves. That's an attraction. People like clowns. People like going and wasting their time and wasting their money. Hey, the greatest promoter in the world, P.T. Barnum, is the one that said a sucker's born every minute. And in YouTube, you get a lot of little young suckers and celebrities that like that. I'm fine with it, but I'm not gonna respect Jake Paul until he faces a professional fighter. That's when I'm actually gonna say, hey, listen, I give him his props now. Other than that, don't ask me to respect him.
Well, Sergio, you called it a circus, but I was in Tampa, and guess who fought in the co-main event? 7-division world champion Amanda Serrano, and guess what? Her biggest payday to date. A woman that deserves to get paid, deserves to fight on a stage where 18,000 people were watching her, and they all knew who she was. Guess why? Because of Jake Paul.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. You know, someone like Amanda Serrano can owe a lot to what someone like Jake Paul done for her career. But look at who you're talking about. You're talking about a woman champion that's been around for a long time. She won championships in 7 divisions. She did it with Lou DiBella, a great promoter. But in order for her to make that YouTube money, she had to go to Jake Paul, and now she realizes, oh wow, this is what I've been missing. But she already had her accomplishments in the past. You know, she is who she is.
But that's the reason he's good for the sport, because he put her on a platform that DiBella could not do, or any other promoter.
Bro, she didn't own a house. She didn't own a car. She didn't own a phone, because she's getting like $5,000 a fight, $1,000 a fight. He changed her life, man. And then you got Regis Prograis on the card. You got up and coming guys. You got champions underneath this guy, and that he's paying them the most ever. Do you remember Antonio Maldonado?
Yeah, he's my pro debut.
Exactly. Was he a boxer?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. Oh no! Hold on, Barack, because this is my wheelhouse now. Because this is I love when Sergio. I love when he makes this argument that he says Jake Paul should be fighting a real fighter. Let's go back in the old time machine and check up on BoxRec and see who Sergio was fighting in his 5th professional fight.
3-on-1.
That was the immortal George Marino, who came into that fight 0-2, finished his career with a sub 500 record. Let's go ahead, one more fight to his 6th pro fight, the great Warren Kronberger, who I don't even know what he's doing right now, but it's not being in boxing anymore. Sergio,
oh, come on, man. You can go on your favorite.
In your 5th, the point is, Sergio, in your 5th or 6th pro fight, you weren't targeting real fighters. You weren't targeting champions. You were trying to get your legs under you, coming up from the amateur ranks and discovering the pro style. So if Jake Paul was 25 and 0,
your favorite fighter has a record like that against guys barely coming up, especially in the first couple of fights. That's normal. That's bringing up a fighter, seeing what he's made of.
You're arguing our point. The thing is that
I wasn't fighting an MMA fighter. I wasn't fighting an NFL player or a basketball player.
Tyron Woodley was better. Tyron Woodley was better than George Marino. I'm calling that right now. I'm saying right now, Tyron Woodley was better than George Marino.
I want him to fight boxers as well.
But what's a boxer? Look, Sergio, your favorite Mexican fighter of all time, when he was 30-0, he fought a guy who was 0-7, who never fought after or before. I'm talking about Chavez Sr. He was 40-0, 40-0. 40-0, he fought a guy who was 0-7 who never fought before or after. So was that guy a boxer? So guess what? If Jake Paul goes and fights a guy now who's 2-30 because he's considered a boxer, not an MMA fighter, are we going to be okay with that? No. People are going to say,
no, let him answer that. You got to answer that. Are we okay with that if he fights a guy that's 2-30?
When the circus leaves town, I'm taking down names. Every single clown that supported this circus, I'm keeping names. And for professional writers like you, Chris Mannix, you should be ashamed of yourself. Sports Illustrated, and you're backing up a clown.
Answer the question.
Everyone
you didn't
else.
answer. Would you be okay with him fighting guys with a losing record?
Yes, I would.
See, that
Yes,
doesn't
I
even
would.
make sense. Now I do want him to fight fighters as well. I want him to fight boxers as well. But come on, man, we can't call these guys boxers that don't really box and they're just there to pad the record. Those guys are not boxers neither. Now, after this fight right here, after this knockout, if he doesn't fight a boxer now I would say, okay, now this is ridiculous. You need to start fighting some boxers.
Sergio, do you think Tommy Fury's a real boxer?
He has 6, 7 pro fights. Yes. Do you know? All right, guys. Let me ask you something. Do you guys
Hold
know
on.
who
No.
Spike-
You had your say. I'm asking you a question. So you think Tommy Fury's a pro boxer, a real boxer?
Pro boxer? Yes.
Okay. So his first 6 opponents had a combined 4 wins. 4 of them had 0.
Hence
So,
the
but-
quotation marks. Guys, do you know who Spider Rico is?
Yes, he's in the Rocky movies. All right, we're done.